Since the new Chip hero will be soon added into the game with little to no time, we have came to a discussion where Chip have been a part of one of the highest mobility hero in the game, which consists of his teleporting abilities, and his skill 2, which can make him faster. This easily made him able to travel to places faster than any hero that exists in the game. Well, Chip is only one of many heroes who have fallen for this category, which is the mobility part. And there are tons of different categories available in the game that once you understand the concept, you will start to easily counter your enemies like pancakes with easy difficulty. Why did I say something like that? For example, if you knew a specific hero such as Joy, who has a speed mobility trait, you could easily counter them in drafts using heroes like Franco or stunning heroes to immediately stop their speed, which could easily eliminate them while winning the game afterwards. We will also be showing you guys categories such as the best crowd control, damage, and even heroes that can easily push down turrets till the base. All of these will be covered in this video, so make sure to subscribe and like the video so we can make more of these contents just for you guys. So to the extent, our first category would be the speed sections alongside the new hero Chip. Although he may not be the fastest in terms of mobility, he still could be useful in terms of traveling around, which can easily surpass Luo Yi, which was the previous known teleporter. Please take note that the hero Chip is still under testing, so they may buff the heroes or add any revamps, so if something like that really does happen, we might see a more powerful version of Chip that could put the enemy into coma. Aside from the hero Chip, we will also be choosing 4 more for the speed category, which goes with the other categories as well. Next, we have Joy, which is also extremely fast as we previously mentioned, with its amazing dashing ability that I would say could be the best dashes in all Mobile Legends. However, she has a limited amount of dashes, which could be a little troublesome, and unlike another hero who is Lancelot. His mobility is also crazy with its unlimited dashes, as long as there is a minion or any living creatures available on the map. He can dominate the entire field with no difficulties, but obviously you might just need a fast hand to function. Even without the dashes, Lancelot's ult and second skill also contributes to a crazy amount of damage and immunity. And because of that, he could also be included in the crowd control section, which will also be mentioned later in this video. With Lancelot out the way, another hero that is similar to the almighty Optimus Prime is none other than Johnson itself. Although he may not be fast during his tanky normal form and could only be mediocre at best, everything changes once he transforms himself into a speedy car. Before its revamp, it was already super fast and could easily crush into your opponents without even realizing it. Now that he has his well-deserved revamp, the boost is really just overkill since you can pair yourself up with one of those damage builds, which is compiled up with different mage items. So the only thing holding yourself back is annoying heroes like Grok and tanky heroes who try to block you from attacking their teammates. But even so, if something like that happens, you can still kill them if you have a teammate by yourself, or even alone would do the trick with enough damage. Lastly, in our list, would be Helcurt and Fanny. Both of them are quick assassins who can shock your enemy in an instant by surprising attacks. You can also instantly escape after you kill them, since the movement is quite sharp and precisely fast, while Helcurt's ult can make your enemy go blind. Fanny can also fly away with a speed that not even Johnson can surpass in terms of acceleration. Falling into the next category would be crowd control. For this category, most heroes here would usually be tanks, since they are the best in these things, which can usually lead to a winning sequence from outplays amongst crowd controlling. Let's say, for example, Tigreal uses his ult to stun his opponents and pushes them using his second skill. If there was something like that, the game would be over unless the opponents have a specific counter, which is anti-CC or extremely tanky, which will also be mentioned alongside later in this video. And obviously, since we said it, Tigreal is our first pick on the list. From its wide attacks to crowd control, everything you want Tigreal has it. It's only a matter of time for Tigreal to trigger a play in the team fight, as long as the battlefield is set up for it. Alongside its first skill pairing up with the second, it can even trigger some damage which can leave you to a kill or two. Let's not forget that Atlas is also crazily good here as well. With its amazing ult, there's almost zero stop to this once he pulls off the ult, unless you have heroes who can be immune against CC. If not, I send my prayers to you since the CC he can do is almost crazy and extremely annoying to be dealt with. Atlas can also use his second skill to control the entire team fight. Even if he couldn't kill the opponent, he could at least give your enemy a big jump scare and let them know this team fight ain't winnable for them. Moving on, we will have Veil and Aurora, which are two deadly mages that single-handedly not only stun your opponents, but control the area you desire to. With Veil's two different modes you can switch with, you can easily choose the area attribute which can control a larger space and make your opponents look like monkeys who are trying to escape their predator. It is also important to note down that Veil has an incredible amount of damage which can burst down anything that comes in its way. And obviously the Aurora we were talking about isn't the old one but the brand new revamped version. The revamped version is absolutely broken since not only can she avoid getting killed with her new passive, she can sort of make more impactful moves with different kinds of skills. Her ices will also be slightly larger compared to before, which can cover up minions and players at the same time. Next up, we have the best in terms of taking down turrets. First up is Sun, the Monkey King. He's got this neat trick where he summons clones during his ultimate clone techniques. These clones not only pack a punch, but also confuse the enemy, making turret pushes a breeze. Plus, Sun's quick moves, thanks to his passive Endless Variety, let him dance around, delivering rapid blows to enemy turrets. Now, Sylvana, the Imperial Knightess, takes a different approach. With her ultimate, Imperial Justice, she dives into the enemy crowd, dealing damage not just to minions, but also giving turrets a serious hit. And get this, her Comedic Lance skill can even temporarily disable enemy turrets, giving her team a leg up during pushes. Sylvana got this handy shield from her passive, Knightess's Resolve, making her a tough cookie during turret assaults. Then there's Masha, the Bear Warrior. This one's a relentless split pusher, always on the go. Thanks to her health regeneration and high mobility, she can press multiple lanes at once. Her Wild Power ultimate adds an extra health layer, ensuring she sticks around during those prolonged turret pushes. Oh, and her passive, Life Recovery, lets her regain health outside of fights, making her a constant thorn in the enemy's side. Moving on to Natalia, the Bright Claw. She's all about quick eliminations and slick moves. Her Cold-Blooded Hunt ultimately packs a punch against isolated targets, making her a turret defender's nightmare. Toss in her Smoke Bomb, giving her invisibility and speedy moves, and you've got a hero who can easily sneak around the map, catching defenders off guard. Last but not least, we've got Xylong, the Son of the Dragon. This guy's got crazy mobility and damage. His Spear Strike ultimately amps up his attack and movement speed, letting him zip between lanes and tear down turrets. And with his Spear Flip skill, he's got a nifty trick to either start fights or make a quick exit during those intense turret pushes. So there you have it, a crew of heroes with unique tricks up their sleeves, making them absolute beasts when it comes to pushing down those enemy turrets in Mobile Legends. Another way of decimating your opponents is giving them unlimited and annoying stun, which could either delay them or wait until someone or yourself to finish your opponents off. You can also provide strategic advantages for your team. Nana, being the first stunner on our list, the Feline Wizard, introduces a touch of whimsy to the battlefield. Her transformative abilities, such as Melina Smooch, turn enemies into critters which can be known as Melina, and one of the most annoying things anyone can deal with. Before her revamp, she was the most annoying, and everyone would fear the word Melina, however. Now, with a few slight adjustments, it isn't as threatening as before, however you could argue since now, she can transform not one player, but all 5 players if you manage to get yourself trapped in the range from Melina. While her explosive ultimate, Melina Blitz, stuns foes. Nana's playful yet potent crowd control adds an element of unpredictability to team fights. Moving on to Selena, the Abyssal Witch, who brings versatility and adaptability to the fray. With her dual forms, Selena deploys Abyssal Trap to lay down stun traps and keeps foes on their toes by seamlessly switching between ranged and melee forms. When activating her ultimate, Selena becomes a dynamic force, stunning enemies in her path and setting the stage for swift, calculated strikes. We also have Franco, who stands out with his precision and disruption. His hooking skills allow him to snatch enemies from a distance, disrupting enemy formations. Adding to his arsenal, his ultimate delivers a knock-up and stun, solidifying Franco's role as a formidable controller of the battlefield, while it can also stun opponents such as Fanny, damage dealers, which mostly are marksmen, mages, and tanks that are about to do some nasty plays. His calculated hooks and disruptive crowd control make him a force to be reckoned with. What we have next is Fredrine, the most tanky jungler and noted down as currently the best one yet. You might argue that he don't have the best stuns, but that's what makes him so annoying, since he doesn't just have one single annoying stun like Franco's ultimate. He has a constant dash alongside with short amount of stuns. And also, did I mention that his skill's cooldown is quick, and once it's reloaded, he can literally make you look like a dying insect that is unable to escape the palms of his hands. Lastly, we have Kaja, who truly masters the art of battlefield control. His divine judgment immobilizes and carries away a chosen foe, isolating them for the perfect team assault. Adding to his control toolkit, which inflicts slow and damage, enhancing Kaja's role as a master tactician on the battlefield. His electric-themed skills not only make him visually striking, but also tactically impactful. Each hero in this lineup brings a unique set of skills and attributes, ensuring that the chaos they create on the battlefield is not only impactful, but also tailored to their distinctive playstyles. Moving on alongside a group of heroes stands out for their extreme damage and impactful contributions to teamfights. Let's break down the prowess of Moskov, Nolan, Alucard, Martis, and Bruno. Moskov is a powerhouse when it comes to dealing damage. His basic attacks, especially when utilizing his passive piercing through enemies, making him a relentless force in teamfights. Moskov's unique fact lies in his second skill, Abyss Walker, allowing him to phase through obstacles and reposition swiftly, ensuring he stays in the heart of the action, dealing devastating blows to enemies. Next up, we have Nolan's extreme damage capability revolves around his precise marksmanship. As the ice-cold sniper, his basic attacks and skills hit hard. What sets Nolan apart is his ultimate, which not only boosts his damage output, but also provides him with a shield, enhancing his survivability in the thick of teamfights. Nolan's impact lies in his ability to dish out consistent damage while maintaining a level of self-defense. However, if you are using a hero like Alucard, you don't have to worry about self-defense anymore, since he lives up to his title of Demon Hunter with his exceptional damage output. His basic attacks, coupled with the lifesteal from his passive, makes him a sustained threat in teamfights. Alucard's unique factor is his ultimate Fission Wave, allowing him to dive into the fray and deal burst damage to multiple enemies. His ability to engage and deal damage swiftly makes him a key player in teamfights. Another hero filled with teamfight abilities and can even handle everything alone is Martis, the Ashura King, who brings both damage and crowd control to teamfights. His basic attacks and skills, especially the AoE damage from his second skill, wreak havoc on enemies. Martis's unique trait is his ultimate, Decimate, which not only deals substantial damage, but also pulls enemies together, which makes disruptive move that sets the stage for his team to follow up with devastating AoE abilities. Moving on, we will have Bruno. His extreme damage capability revolves around his marksmanship, as Bruno is pretty good in terms of excels in dealing ranged damage with his basic attacks. His unique skills allows him to unleash a burst of damage in a specific direction, which leads to a huge impact in teamfights, comes from his ability to position himself strategically, dealing consistent and impactful damage from a safe distance. In summary, these heroes are known for their extreme damage and significant impact on teamfights. Whether it's piercing attacks, precise marksmanship, sustained lifesteal, disruptive crowd control, or strategic positioning, each hero brings a unique set of skills that make them formidable assets in intense matches. As we previously mentioned about the best heroes about stuns, now we have a category filled just to counter CC and also can be known as immunity alongside their unique abilities. Speaking about stunts, how can we not include the almighty hero Diggy, which is literally the definition of the most annoying hero for many, especially if you're a tank user and about to create the best plays in the entire world. However, suddenly some owl just disrupts your strategies with his time-manipulating abilities. His ultimate not only revives fallen allies, but also grants them a protective shield and immunity to stuns. This quirky bird ensures that his teammates stay resilient during crucial moments, making Diggy a master of both disruption and protection. Next up, a similar hero to Diggy, but this time he doesn't immune the stuns, but grant his teammates an immortality phase, which leads a full-on charge or an escape. Faramis, the Necromancer, brings fallen allies back to life with his ultimate, endowing them with a shield and immunity to stuns. Beyond his revival capabilities, Faramis ensures that his revived comrades rejoin the fray with added resilience. His unique blend of healing and protective abilities makes him a crucial support hero in team fights. We can also expect Lunix to be here on the list, since she embodies both order and chaos, presenting a dual-natured skill set. In her light form, Lunix gains immunity to control effects, including stuns. This duality not only allows her to unleash havoc with aggressive abilities, but also ensures her uninterrupted presence in team fights, making Lunix a formidable force to be reckoned with. Going asides, Esmeralda's unique shield mechanic grants her protection and immunity to stuns. As the astrologer, she becomes a resilient frontline presence, absorbing damage and disrupting enemy plans. Esme's ability to remain steadfast in the midst of chaos makes her a potent force, adding both survivability and disruption to team fights. And obviously, we cannot forget Valir, the Son of Flames, adds a fiery touch to the battlefield. His ultimate not only deals devastating area of effect damage, but also provides Valir with immunity to crowd control effects, including stuns. This fiery mage becomes an unstoppable force in team fights, unleashing chaos while remaining resilient against enemy control. In summary, Diggy, Faramis, Lunox, Esmeralda, and Valir not only bring extreme damage potential to the battlefield, but also introduce unique resilience with immunity to stuns. Whether it's disrupting enemy plans, reviving allies, or creating opportunities while remaining steadfast, these heroes can do the trick. As our video is about to reach the end, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Also feel free to comment down your favorite hero currently, as I will be interested in knowing my viewers. More so I can make more interesting videos for free, just for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it. And also, if you guys have any doubt in my opinion, you can comment down what you agree on and disagree on, since I do not restrict any sort of opinions any one of y'all give. Stay safe, and I hope you have an amazing year.